a glimpse, the award for lifetime achievement leadership in financial services is named after. Ladies and gentlemen, Louis William Bill Seidman was born on 29 April 1921 in Grand Rapids, Michigan. He epitomized the best of American public service, distinguished himself through a career that seamlessly bridged the private sector, academia, and high-level public service roles. After serving as a naval officer during World War II, Seidman earned degrees from Dartmouth College, Harvard Law School, and the University of Michigan's Law School of Business. He went on to lead his family accounting firm, Seidman and Seidman, before entering public life. In 1974, President Gerald Ford appointed him as assistant to the President for Economic Affairs, where he played a pivotal role in shaping policy during a period of significant economic turbulence. He later served as Dean of the College of Business at Arizona State University from 1982 to 1985, contributing significantly to the institution's growth and influence. Seidman boasts that defining public service came as chairman of the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation from 1985 to 1991. During that period, he was at the helm of managing the fallout from the infamous savings and loan crisis, one of the most challenging episodes in American financial industry history. He also served as the first chairman of the Resolution Trust Corporation, which was established specifically to resolve that crisis. In recounting his role during this period, he often shared stories of how he had to strike a delicate balance between compassion and structure in dealing with what was essentially a systemic failure in the U.S. banking system. He spoke of mom and pop banks on Main Street in small-town America, family-run institutions that found themselves unable to keep up with the rapid changes triggered by the then floating of the U.S. dollar in March of 1973, along with other major currencies, as the resulting volatility in interest and exchange rates. This shift placed enormous strain on this bank's simple balance sheet, particularly managing the cost of funds. Seidman recalled how presidents of these small community banks would come to his office asking for deferments, extension, or regulatory relief. These not made out of negligence, but of desperation to survive. Seidman always received them with empathy, listened carefully, and responded with integrity, but never lost sight of his mission, which is to protect the integrity and stability of the entire financial system. His ability to be humane without compromising the clarity of his mandate was part of what earned him such widespread respect. Beyond his domestic achievement, Seidman represented the United States on the Basel Committee on Banking Supervision. He played a role in the development of the Basel I framework finalized in 1988, which laid the foundation of modern capital adequacy standards in global banking. In later years, he became a well-regarded financial commentator on CNBC, among others, media, and remained active in financial reform discourse. His association with the Asian banker began in the early 2000s. He was a keynote at the Asian Bankers Summit in 2005, which of the 2025 edition will be holding in Jakarta next week. And he returned for subsequent conferences. He later became an advisor to the Asian Banker programs and traveled extensively with us across the region, with China, Indonesia, again, Singapore, Thailand, and even Vietnam. And even at an advanced age, he remained passionate about Asia's growing financial sector and about mentoring the new generation of banking leaders. Bill Seidman kept his approach to leadership simple and pragmatic. He believed in direct, measurable solution and a natural instinct for cutting through complexity to focus on what truly matters. As an advisor to our program, he brought that same clarity reminding us always to look for character, competency, and consistency in leadership. And this is the spirit and the value he embodies and which he views this award, the William Bill Seidman Award for Lifetime Achievement in Leadership in Financial Services, after him. And enjoying tribute to a remarkable man who gave so much the speech and those around him. And as we prepare for presentation of the award to Piyush Gupta, let me invite on stage again Dr. Gordon Gaeta.
Let's invite Mr. Emmanuel Daniel first for the citation, and then we'll have you up as well.
It gives me great pleasure to read the citation in the presentation of this award. In the vast expanse of the banking industry, teeming with talent and passion across countries like Singapore, across Asia and around the world, identifying a singular individual who embodies these qualities is no small feat. Yet each year, we have to identify one such individual, not to merely recognize the achievement, but to present them as a beacon of inspiration to the next generation. Banking is a complex industry. Many professionals, though exceptional in their specializations, remain within their niches. However, a select few transcend these boundaries, enhancing leadership roles that demand a holistic understanding of multifaceted challenges from product innovation, market dynamics to regulatory landscapes and shareholder interests. Piyush Gupta's journey began in India at a liberal arts college in Delhi, progressing to get an MBA in a school that was known more for producing public intellectuals than corporate titans. But then we were told there were a few. In 1982, he embarked on his professional voyage with Citibank India as a management trainee at a time when Citibank was hiring talent from the engineering cohort. But over the years, he undertook diverse roles across multiple geographies, including Singapore, Indonesia, Malaysia, moving his family and his own fortune across markets, acquiring important skills, but more importantly, leaving a memory of him having been part of those communities. It is perhaps one of the most important criteria of leaders of today, that we will not just be able to transcend our own skill sets, but also our own cultures and our own areas of comfort, go into lands and opportunities of which we know very little. In 2000, driven by an entrepreneurial spirit, Piyush ventured into the startup realm. He initiated a .com enterprise aimed at developing platforms spanning a wide variety of retail services. It failed, but the seeds of its experience set in place and became the plant that grew to create new core competencies, emphasizing the importance of building robust platforms and understanding the realities of markets. Returning to Citigroup in 2001, he ascended and culminated his role as CEO for Southeast Asia, Australia, and New Zealand. In 2009, Piyush took the helm at DBS Bank. At this juncture, the bank's stock price hovered around $9. Under his stewardship, DBS underwent a transformative journey as demonstrated in stock price peaking at approximately $48 in 2024. He spearheaded the franchise of the bank, expanded into difficult markets like India, enhanced its ownership and operations in China, acquired a bank in Indonesia, and solidified DBS's position as a formidable Asian financial institution, representing a country, but also representing a whole region and the dynamics of that region projecting into the rest of the world. Piyush defined an era in the banking industry, an era that may well be in its descendancy, but an era that is hallmarked by a change in the way in which banks treated technology. In the past, banks were buyers of technology, buyers from vendors, and were passive users. Recognizing the strategic imperative of technology integration, he embarked on a journey to embed technology into the very fabric of the institution. This journey evolved over time, mirroring the rapid transformation of technology itself. Initially, the focus was on expanding in-house capabilities by hiring more coders to develop applications internally. But technology itself was changing. The advent of outsourcing, cloud computing, open source coding, the deployment of technology required not just skill, but an instinct to understand where it was taking us. This whole direction brought new challenges and failures. The downtimes that DBS faced several times during his time as leader attracted incredible criticisms. But he never lost sight of the journey that he had put the institution on, and he never lost sight to the belief of what the institution was capable of becoming. But perhaps most important, as we have heard today, was his impact on people. As a leader of a complex institution, that impact has to come at several layers. It has to come structurally, putting in place the matrix, the structure by which people can find themselves in a complex institution. But then it also has to inspire at a personal level. Individuals have to feel that they are part of the story, and that they have to feel that they are part of a journey for which they do not yet understand where it will take them. And that journey continues even today. And we've heard today from the people who are taking the journey to the next level, the legacy that Piyush had created for them. Many men and women in the world are presented with the opportunities to make the most of their careers and make a difference in the lives of those around them. A few are given the opportunity to spearhead a new era in the industry that they serve, and even make a huge difference in countries and cultures where they've stepped on. But from that few, only a few will be able to take advantage of those opportunities and make something that they can leave as a legacy, leave as footsteps for others to walk on. And Piyush, you are one such man. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in honoring Piyush Gupta, a paragon of leadership and the deserving recipient of the 2025 William Bill Seidman Leadership Achievement Award.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It is heavy, yes. And the joins.
Okay, over here. We'll take a few photos, and then afterwards, I'd like to invite Mr. Gupta to say a few words.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, brother.
And a big round of applause, please.
Let me start with a big thank you to Tab and to Emmanuel Gordian for doing me this honor of a Lifetime Achievement Award. As several of you know, I've done 43 years in banking, and it is a lifetime. I think Emmanuel asked the right questions about phases in the industry over these 4 decades. And truth be told, the industry has changed considerably in this period of time. I worked in 2 institutions in my career, Citi and DBS, and I've been privileged that I owe substantially to both of them. I did 28 years at Citi, so a large part of everything I know about banking was learned in that hallowed institution. It was a great training ground. It took a chance on people very early. It stretched you and gave you the opportunity to learn about cultures, nuances, and people. My last 16 years at DBS, though, have perhaps been even more rewarding. It's rare that circumstances allow you to helm an institution at a point in time where you can really make a difference. A listed board-run company with the backing of a stakeholder and board to let you do things and reimagine and redefine the nature of banking itself. I feel privileged that in my journey, I think I've been able to make a contribution to rethinking what a bank could be. We set ourselves this mission at DBS to try and be a different kind of bank, a technology-driven bank, but really centered around the customer and the customer promise, and a bank who paid more than lip service to the idea of purpose and mission, trying to do real things for real people. As I look back, that is my biggest source of satisfaction at having been able to make the dream of a best bank for a better world come alive. But in addition to everything we did with the bank, perhaps I need to go back and touch on an even more singular facet of my career, which is the large numbers of people and friends that I've made over these 4 decades. All of you who are here today represent in many ways some of them. People I've touched through the 90s and 2000s and so on. I sometimes joke at the ABS ceremonies, half of the room has worked with me or for me at some point in time. But that is really special. Finally, when it's all said and done, people remember you for what you did for them, what you did for their careers, how you made them feel, and how you gave to them as individuals. But equally, as I look back at my career, I also reflect mostly on that. The interaction with individuals, the interaction with people, building leaders, helping people become better versions of themselves. So I feel grateful, not just for the platforms I was given, but I feel grateful for the opportunity to work with such an incredible bunch of people over the years. My last comment is a comment on our industry. You know, over the years, and I alluded to it, especially in and around the GFC, our industry as a reputation got somewhat tarnished. People saw us as egregious, self-serving, looking after, lining our own pockets. But some years ago, when we were trying to think about a mission and purpose for DBS, we kept coming back to a fundamental point that actually this is a good industry. It's an industry that has had consequence over centuries. It's an industry that helps people save. It's an industry that helps poor people become rich, help you get a house, help you get a car, and help a small business become a big business. That's not bad stuff. A large part of the infrastructure of the modern day that we see today is a function of the financial services industry. And we should take pride in what we've been able to do individually and collectively in making that world come true. And therefore, as we look forward to the future of the industry, we need to continue to reflect on our roots and continue to take similar amount of pride about what we can be and what we can do. I do think we have the opportunity to transform lives. I do think we have the opportunity to build large job farms. I think we have the opportunity to make customer impact, to reimagine and continue to rethink the nature of value. And if we're focused on doing this, then there is no doubt in my mind that the coming decades for our industry will be as consequential, as glorious as our history and our past have been. Once again, a big thank you to the Asian Banker Tab for the honor, and thank you all for being here this afternoon. Cheers.
Congratulations once again, Mr. Piyush Gupta, on your amazing journey and all of your achievements.